Hey guys, Tony here at Stagecoach again, answering another question that we get frequently. And the question is, who are we and what do we do? Stagecoach is a retail pharmacy that I came up with in 2015. I was working for a big box store as a pharmacist. I was frustrated because I couldn't see what was behind the scenes. I had no idea what drugs were costing customers. I had no idea how well the pharmacy was doing as a retail pharmacy, and I was expected to understand the performance metrics of my pharmacy. So, out of curiosity, I started my own pharmacy, called it Stagecoach Pharmacy, located in Buda, Texas, and been doing this for about, let's see, 8 going on 9 years on my own. Been a pharmacist since 2012. My pharmacy specializes in getting medication as cheap as possible for people. Oftentimes, medication is a commodity for people, and they just need the drug and they want to feel better and they want to get the best possible value from that medicine, which means they want to save money. We specialize in making sure patients have access to the medication they need at an affordable price. We can do most medications. Our hours are generally early in the day and we taper off as the week progresses. High touch pharmacy, so we answer the phone as quickly as possible. We try to talk to a human being. We do have a lot of customers that like to text message us or email us. That's perfectly fine. Happy to text message, happy to email. We have some customers who need automated fills. We have some customers who are looking for particular brands or particular strengths. We do a lot of business in areas where medications might be hard to get or there's shortages of medications. We also provide supplies for smaller clinics around us who need an access point. Maybe they're a smaller med spa and they need a fair price on some of their solutions. So we do a lot of that as well. Our biggest group of customers is people who have ordinary insurance, but find that even with their insurance, the cost of their drugs is too high, and so they use us instead. We offer many ways to get the medications to customers. Even though most of our customers are local customers, shipping that medication is often the best way to get it to them in 1 to 2 business days so they can avoid traffic. We're not a mail order pharmacy and we don't operate online, so you do talk to a human being when you deal with us. And the reason we choose to do that is because it allows us to reevaluate what's going on with your medication and see if it's still a good value for you, or if there's cheaper alternatives, or if there's something that's happening in the market that's made it more inaccessible for you. We don't do compounding, although there's nothing wrong with compounding. Oftentimes we've been able to get customers what they've needed without referring them to a compounding pharmacy. There are a couple compounding pharmacies in the area that we do refer to depending on what patients' needs are. And the other thing is knowing how we operate. Most pharmacies, like traditional pharmacies, have an OTC section. We don't really focus on over-the-counter medications. There's a lot of people who can do over-the-counters. I think you can get over-the-counter drugs at dollar stores now. We do talk to customers about over-the-counter meds, but we don't sell them. We don't warehouse over-the-counter drugs. We predominantly focus on prescription drugs. That seems to be where people are having the biggest issues, is affording their medications right now. Ordinarily, we are cheap and we are good, but we are not fast. So if it's a medication that someone needs quickly, we may not be the best option. I had a professor that said cheap, fast, and good. Pick two of those and be the best you can at those two categories. And that was really good advice. We are very affordable when we can be, and when we're not very affordable, we just tell customers honestly if we don't think it's a good value or where we do think a better value is. And we're really good at talking to customers about their medications. We are not very quick to get customers their medications because oftentimes we will shop multiple wholesalers, secondary drug wholesalers, and other options for patients to get them what they need at a better price, and that keeps our inventory small. And because we have a small inventory, we have very little waste, and because we have very little waste, oftentimes we can take that savings and pass it on to our customers, and they generally appreciate that. We do have some cough and cold things on the shelf. None of them are controlled substances, and that keeps the break-ins down at our pharmacy. Those are ordinarily cheap medications, and there's nothing wrong with getting those at a more secure pharmacy anyway. Where we help most people is with things such as blood pressure medications. We do a lot of ophthalmics, so we do a lot of dry eyes. We do a lot of glaucoma. We do a lot of cholesterol medications. We do a lot of diabetes medications. And odds and ends where people have a really good insurance plan, but there might be one drug they're having a hard time affording. That tends to be where we specialize. In the past, it was thought that the best thing to do is to make sure you got all your prescriptions at one pharmacy, and the purpose behind that was to make sure that the pharmacist was aware of any drug interactions you might have. That is still a desirable goal, but what I'm noticing is that many pharmacies and insurance plans will have 5 out of 6 of the patient's medications be really affordable, except for that 6th medication, which is hundreds or thousands of dollars, and they can't afford those medications. And that's generally how the big box pharmacies are making up for the difference in the losses they take on those cheaper medications. So they're doing what their insurance contracts require them to do. At Stagecoach Pharmacy, we do what's in the best interest of the patient. So we act as if we were the patient ourselves, and what would give us the most value for our money and the most benefits to our health. And again, that varies from person to person. If you have the money and you want the best medication out there, we can certainly help. If you don't have the money and you just want to get well, that's where we can also help as well. So we try to do what's in the customer's best interest if we were to act as the customer. I know that sounds crazy, but the same concept applies to the world of financial planning. If you have a financial planner that's a fiduciary, they act in the best interest of their client, and our goal is to act in the best interest of our client. And what I've learned since doing this since 2015 is that the more we act in the best interest of our clients, the more we grow and the better we do, and the better I sleep at night. So leaving the big box world and starting my own pharmacy and being honest with customers has made a huge difference. Stagecoach is doing well, continues to do well. And if you'd like to learn even more about us, or you have more questions, just give us a call, 512-746-1888. Thanks.